Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another unboxing, and today we've got the NECA Back to the Future 2 Ultimate Edition Marty McFly. I already have the Doc Brown Ultimate Edition. Yes, it is from Back to the Future 1, however, this, in my opinion, is my favorite version of Marty McFly, so it was kind of a no-brainer to go ahead and pick it up. And I know I say no-brainer a lot, but really, you know, sometimes you just find those figures that when you see it, you go, you know, you get that feeling. And that's when you know it's something good, is when you get that special, it's almost like a tingle, a little, you know, hair on your arms rise up. But this one I had to have. Unfortunately, I got lucky and there was, out of all the Back to the Future NECA stuff that was on the shelf, there was one of these left. A couple of the Battle of the Bands Martys and, you know, the spacesuit Marty, you know, all those. But this was the only one of this particular one they had, so it was an absolute score for me. So let's go ahead and look at the box. Of course, you got the cover to Back to the Future 2, the other version of Doc Brown. Though I do like that version of Doc Brown, for some reason I have a special attachment to the Back to the Future 1 Doc Brown. That's why it was so nice to add him to my collection. And like I said, even though you're basically clashing time periods with the movies by having this Marty with the other Doc, it's all a matter of your preference for your collection. Nobody has to be a completionist and nothing has to be directly correlated. So there it is, Back to the Future 35th anniversary logo there at the bottom. Let's go ahead and crack it open. Got a little action shot of the figure right there on the side. Very nice. And then of course there is the figure. You got Marty, you got an extra head, some hands, a few accessories. Of course we'll go over all that once we get the box open. A little Back to the Future logo there on the side with the DeLorean. On the back here, you got an action shot of Marty, a little bit of a blurb. I'll put that up there and you can pause it if you want to read it. And then, of course, the other figures in the set, which, of course, is the 1985 Marty, which is the one that would probably go with the Back to the Future 1 Doc Brown that I have. Then, of course, you get the spacesuit Marty, as I call them. This Marty, the Doc Brown that I have currently, and, of course, the 1955 Biff Tannen. I don't really honestly have an interest in getting Biff Tannen, so I'll probably end up passing on him. And realistically, as long as I got Marty and Doc in the collection, I think I'm going to be just fine. So let's go ahead and get this opened up, and let's see just how cool this thing really is, because just going from the front of the box to the window, I think it's awesome. And yeah, this is wonderful. I'm trying to wonder if this insert here is, hey, check that out. The insert does come out. So that's very cool. Hill Valley Clock Tower back there. The infamous pull where he was trying to get off the hoverboard when fighting Biff Jr. Griff, as I call him. Or rather, he's called Griff in the movie, but I call him Biff Jr. So there's that little background. Pretty cool. Don't know if I'll use that in the display or not. But who knows. I got a lot of space freed up now that I've added some more to the collection, so let's go ahead and get him out. Of course, NECA is still using a lot of the plastic tie-downs with the little wire that goes to the middle of the twist tie for the figures. Of course, as I've said many times, if you've seen my other videos for unboxings, I'm not the biggest fan of that style of twist tie. I do like the stuff that they use in the like the McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. It's just kind of that rubbery little snap down that, I mean, they're really easy to break, but they do hold the figure very secure in there. So it doesn't make quite as much of a pain to get those out. Because sometimes these wires, either they don't want to pull out through the holes, or if you've got giant hands like me, sometimes just getting enough of a grip to getting them twisted off and unraveled can be a little bit of a pain. So like right now, it's getting caught up trying to pull it out. And that's the part I'm not a fan of. Alright, so let's go ahead and get Marty out of his little bubble here. And let's go ahead and pop out a couple of these accessories. And of course, we'll go over the accessories as well as the figure. Definitely don't want to leave any stones unturned in this particular unboxing, because NECA does give a lot of really awesome accessories with most of their figures. So I definitely want to take advantage of this situation. Of course, if anybody's ever been on the fence about buying this one or the Doc I highly recommend. The Doc I really enjoy. It looks really great. It had a lot of great options as far as posing inside of a case with the head. You can have the normal face or the screaming face, which the screaming face is obviously the one I went with because it's just too good. All right, so we got Marty and the accessories out. So first we will look at Marty. So there's the Marty figure. typical futuristic jacket that dries itself off and talks and all kinds of cool stuff. The rainbow holographic hat. I wish I actually would have found some way to make that hat actually rainbow and holographic. Obviously, cost cutting, I'm sure, is a factor in that, but who knows. The face sculpt on Marty is pretty great. Can't complain there. Really like that. That's something I do enjoy about NECA figures. They always do a wonderful job with the face designs on these figures. They're always just real bang up job on those. Posability in the arms. Okay, so the shoulder area where they move back and forth is not too bad. Okay, so they do have outward posability, but it is a little tight. And of course, as we know in NECA stuff, you don't really want to push the point with some of those joints because they can be so stiff that they'll snap off. So let's go ahead and check out the elbows real quick. Okay, elbows turn pretty well. The hands flex fairly well. Elbows on this one, also very nice. Hand flex on this one, also well. Your leg articulation at the hip, back and forth, left and right. So very nice, little squeaky. So, but you know, I don't plan on playing with it, so that's fine. These aren't really for playing as it is. So both legs are good. No issues with moving on those. The feet articulation, very tight. This one, not too bad, but this right one is very tight. I'm not even going to try that, break it right off. The knees, not too bad on bending, so that's an A+ for me. Open it up. The jacket does open up a little bit, which is kind of cool. You can see the inside out pockets right there, which is kind of interesting. And I'm trying to get this foot to turn back. I'm really not trying to, ugh. Oh boy. That foot is very tight. Like, okay, so I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but like, look how the foot is turned compared to the other one. And I'm trying to get it to turn back, but I'm also not trying to break the damn thing off either. Okay, I think I might have got it. Yeah, I'm not going to push the point. If I break this foot off and I just got this thing, I'm going to be real upset. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the other head that came with the Marty without the hat. Very cool. Really like that. Probably going to keep the one with the hat on because it just kind of goes with the aesthetic of the figure. So that's going to be how that one ends up staying more than likely. This one does come with an extra hand, kind of like a grip style hand, which is very nice. Also got the infamous Pepsi bottle, futuristic Pepsi bottle from the restaurant, and the little tube that it comes up in. So if you have a display set up and you have kind of like a countertop or something you could set this with, and you can kind of make a little diorama where this kind of comes up out of the table, and then there's the bottle, and then Marty can, I guess, yeah, maybe it'll fit in this hand. I'm not sure. I'm tempted to not try because I don't want to break it, but yeah, I don't think it's good. Oh, hey, there we go. So yeah, it'll fit in that hand right there. Very cool. Excuse me. So yeah, that's a really cool accessory. I like it. Just it's a little thing, but I do like the look of it. So that's very cool. And there's a little divot in the bottom of this little container here where the bottle will sort of rest. So it kind of helps hold it in place. So that's very cool. All right, so we've also got our hoverboard, which I'm trying to figure out what is up with the stand on this. So it looks like you've got two different grips on the hoverboard, I guess, if you want to have him holding it, or if you want to stand on it. So see if we can take this one off. Should be able to. Okay, it's coming loose. There we go. Okay, so that comes off. In case you're wondering, pull that one off and then you put this one on. That'll give Marty a place to stand. All right. And this piece right here, I'm not really quite sure what it's for. I'm trying to figure it out. Obviously, they don't give instructions with this stuff. But it appears like it may be the piece that you use to fit the hoverboard onto this. So maybe that bottom piece, okay, so this piece comes off the bottom of the hoverboard, and the extra piece that comes with it with the little hole in the middle, that's going to pop right in with the 4 little divots on it. And this is what's going to allow you to put it onto this little clear stand. So if you want to put Marty on this, which I'm going to, you would have to be honestly crazy not to. I'm going to put Marty on this bad boy. We're going to see how it holds up, because that's going to be the big selling point for me, is how well does this thing hold up on the hoverboard. Let's get 1 foot on. I wish there was 2 foot pegs, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Let's go ahead and get them on there. I really do like the design and the deco on this figure. They did a really solid job. It looks very well done. Let's see. Okay, so the hoverboard is actually holding onto the little pedestal piece very nicely. And yeah. You're like, why is this guy piddling so much? Okay, so I'm not sure how well you see it, so I'll try to hold it up. So there's Marty on the hoverboard, on the stand. I mean, it holds its on pretty well. I'm gonna hold like this under the drop, but I mean, look at that. That's gonna look so badass in the display next to Doc, just on the hoverboard doing his thing. Very cool. Wow, that's impressive. I mean, just the overall look of that. Incredibly cool. I love this stand, and wow, this thing holds up very well. I mean, nothing like that is A+. So, whew. Okay, not to be so nervous. All right, this one, huge thumbs up, 10 out of 10. This Marty McFly is insanely cool, and if you're a fan of Back to the Future at all, this is going to be a great addition to your setup and display. And like I said, I highly recommend that 1985 version of Doc Brown 2. Very cool figure. If anything, I would consider that one to be incredibly underrated. So guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for checking it out. Remember to follow me over at Instagram at CollectingRaj. And also remember to subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Once we get to 100 subscribers, I will be doing a video tour of the toy room in full detail for your viewing pleasure. But as always, thank you guys for checking out the video, and you have yourselves a fantastic weekend.